Start hoping they have this promotion. 'Cause that works out really good.
Okay, any more discussion?
Should you prefer this one?
Yeah. Yeah, the 3 years with the, the free hardware. That's
And plus, we know where to find Matt. Just about.
We know where he lives.
Well,
That's
I know Matt, so.
yeah. And that's worth a
Hunt him
lot.
down.
That's the only reason I think we ought to go the other way. I know.
Want to go ahead and do the other
That
deal?
wasn't a positive, right?
I guess nobody's going to argue with that.
I heard that before too.
All right, do I hear a motion to go ahead and accept Reach Solutions?
I'll make a motion to accept Reed Solutions.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
The second part, I had Matt run in, and I'll let him come up here and kind of go through some of this too. Some of the security stuff in the internet world has changed quite a bit, and I had him do a couple of different quotes. One's just more of a comparison, I guess, but
Yeah.
So yeah, this conversation started as, really Eric started it just because he beat me to it by about a week.
yeah.
Our company's setting some baseline security standards for all of our customers that we're going to want. Everybody's going to be required to have this amount of protection on their systems, or you're going to have to sign a waiver releasing us from liability. Just because the way things have changed, if you're not taking the steps to help protect yourselves, then we're not going to be liable for it. So that's where this started. You're currently on like our desktop light package, which includes an AV on your desktops and then remote support and a reduced support rate from us.
Right.
The base package would not just include the antivirus, but then it includes anti-spam, anti-phishing, email encryption. So those three are all email-related stuff, plus a backup for your email system, so that if anything does happen, you can get your emails back, as well as dark web monitoring. So that would be the reach protection on the bottom of page 2. It's at $10 per user. It's normally $12. Since you guys are already on the desktop light, that AV is already in there, so I took the cost of that out of this. So it's $12 per user on top of what your desktop light is.
The desktop light's referenced here on the other handout.
The current agreement, yeah. So the one that was titled Current Agreements on the first page, that's what's currently in place between Reach Solutions and the county. You have the desktop light at $7 per PC across the county. Then the court has their own contract where all of our labor is included no matter what's going on up there, as well as us being proactive and looking things over for them. So that first page there is what you currently have, and then the next page would show that Reach protection, or the next step up, which is the Reach Advanced protection. And that one runs $20 per user. It's got most all the same things, but we're getting an upgrade on the antivirus to the everything in the AV world's going to this AI intelligence, artificial intelligence. That stuff's really kind of above me, but they've got it figured out.
Yeah.
And then one of the things you get with that particular antivirus we're using, you get $1,000 per machine ransomware guarantee. So if you do get ransomware on any of your machines protected by that, they're going to pay you back $1,000.
Have we had any more instances of ransomware in the state, as far as counties go?
Daily. I mean, it's just nonstop.
Really?
And that's why I've been getting really nervous. Is just,
I am too with election stuff.
and that's the other thing is Scott and I discussed it a little bit about elections.
Election stuff.
This email thing is just scary.
Yeah.
They can slip something in so easy.
Yep.
And it just, I really feel that we need more protection.
Because it can shut you down for
Oh, and it has some counties.
Yeah.
for weeks,
I mean,
couple weeks.
Yep.
If they don't have a backup or anything.
Well, and there's a
they're-
possibility you'll never get your information back.
Right. Yeah, you can pay them and they don't
Still
mean
not get
nothing.
it back, yeah.
So that's one of the upgrades in the advanced package. Then we also actually provide anti-phishing training for your end users. They'll have their own login to a portal, We'll do simulated campaigns to test them and see if they're falling for it. Then we know which ones need more training, who we need to talk to, as well as it has a whole list of libraries and videos, weekly updates on things to be aware of.
So depending on how sensitive their information is, the more time they should spend
Right. Yeah.
in that training.
Yeah, this portal's pretty cool. It actually gives everybody a score, kind of like a credit score. Higher you are, the better you are. And so we could sit there, Eric could sit there, and he could see which ones are at a 350 and which ones are at a 600. And then you know who you need to push to go do more training, do better, you know.
Luckily enough, I don't think that includes us.
If you don't have a county email address, then no, it wouldn't include you. And also a password management tool for the user so they can securely store all their passwords instead of writing them on sticky notes or storing them in an Excel spreadsheet. Because the spreadsheets,
nice.
that ransomware or something like that comes along, then they got that spreadsheet and then they have all your passwords.
now
So
they got it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I talked to Matt a little bit about the other day is I've got about 60 passwords stored on my machine right now. It's just, it gets out of control,
Yeah.
you know, and then you have to
They
change
tell
them
you
every
not to write
100,
it down, but
try to change them every 120 days.
I do too.
It's just,
Yep.
if we could have a managed spot for that,
I don't think I've ever changed my password.
do you even have it?
How about you, Willie?
I got one, but I don't remember what.
Can't remember it either.
so.
So that's where the conversation started. Was really, I was going to be coming around to you guys in the next month anyways to talk about those two packages, see what you wanted to do along those lines. Because either way, I don't have the actual legal form for you to sign a disclosure or saying that you're waiving liability, but
I don't
I don't have it back from the
care for
actual
that.
lawyer yet. So we've got one in the works, but.
really care for that. When you do stuff like that, you're living dangerously.
So we're going from 1364 to 3930, is this what you're saying?
Well, that's another comparison. That's where the conversation led to. So, if you look at that 1364, really you're just adding $450 to go with the base package. You're adding $450 to get to that 1364. Because the 329 and the 585 is current, we'd be adding the $10 per user, or the 20. That one's not included in that total, that 1364 total. So if you wanted to go with the advanced one and get a little more protection, then you're going to add another $450 to that. And that's with what you currently
And
have
that's per month.
per month.
At 45 users, which that's about where we've been, anywhere from 42 to 50, and it kind of fluctuates a little.
Yep.
So 45 was a pretty good average, I thought.
So, well, as one of the biggest users, what's your feelings? Which direction would you like to go?
I think we better do it. I mean, I don't know,
The
you presented
advanced.
two different quotes here today, or you still have another one?
Kinda, yeah. There's another part of it that comes in after that. I mean, I think that security question's got to be cited no matter which way.
I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer.
I kind of agree, but
Because
since you're probably you possess some of the most sensitive information.
what we're
on
getting,
part of this.
because we're election officials,
I
is
have a Gmail.
they are sending us emails that looks like it's from another county or an election company that we use or know of with an attachment. And we're under orders from Secretary of State's office, do not click on
Open
any
those.
attachment unless you know it's being sent to you.
Yes, which requires you to call that person and
Right.
say, "Did you send that to me?" And
I mean, they're just
It's just a
constantly
mess.
trying to.
The phishing protection that's included in both of these helps with that tremendously. I know it does on the Office 365 side. They have integration with the Gmail side too, which you guys currently use for email. I don't know if it works exactly the same way, but anytime it looks like it's phishing, it's going to throw up a big red banner every time you open the email and says, "Stop, look at this." So you can see it before you ever open it and click on it.
It reminds them.
It's just a nice reminder for you so that, and then if you think it is phishing, you just click a little button at the top that says report as phishing. It sends it off. That company is analyzing that across all their customers so they can easily see if they get that submitted from 10 different places across the country. They analyze it, determine it is, then they can go back and pull it back out of your mailbox anybody in their system, they can pull it back out so they can't click on it by accident again later. So they're doing some really cool stuff with that.
It's, the phishing thing is scary. It's too easy to open something on accident. And
Yep.
Then it's too late. And we've discussed a little bit about sticking with Gmail or moving to Outlook. There's some, Gmail has some security issues. You've been kind of pushing the Outlook side of things. And
Yeah.
more so because of 365, it's a little easier to manage, I think, from what you've told me.
It's easier to manage. It also, it ties into a lot of other things you're doing. Gmail, you're getting your email, and that's basically it. You've still got Word and Excel on your computers that you use that. So if you go to the Office 365, you can tie all those together into one subscription instead of paying two different prices, paying for them individually, and you can get some better pricing that way. So yeah, I'd say, I think it's what I told Eric, probably 90% of our customers are on the Office product for email rather than Google's, but we do still have some that Google fits better for. So
And
that's not priced anywhere in here to switch anything.
the other part of that would be the two-factor authentication on the email,
Yeah.
which would require you to probably use your device. You know, you go to type in, and then you have to get a security code once to log in or the first time. You know, so each day, and you can set a timeout to 8 hours or 9 hours, whatever you want, so that at least it forces you every day to have that security. So if you don't have your phone, you can't log into your email. What that would do is, even if we did get somebody hacked,
Correct.
and they got your password, without that device, they can't get in your email.
That particular one.
Yep.
So
What if you lose it?
it can be
Call
shut
that,
off.
and you
It can be
off.
shut off, yeah. And when you get your new one, then we set it back up on the new one.
Okay.
And
Well,
That's
for
basically
exactly-
like the BioKey for Gmail. Yeah,
I've never used that.
I bought one, I don't know.
Several of my systems up there use two-factor, and his system actually uses it for me to log into the portal. I have to have a phone.
Yep.
And it's nice. I actually feel really good that I have it. 'Cause I know nobody else is getting in there with my credentials because they don't have my phone. So
Yep.
Going back a little, if you open one of these by mistake and say you realize it right away, can you stop it, or once you open it, it's open?
you can unhook your network as fast as you can, and hopefully that slows it down. I mean, but it's probably ruined your machine for sure.
Yeah.
I know there was one clerk that opened something because we were on a conference call with the Secretary of State's office, and she clicked it, and as soon as she clicked it, she knew she did wrong, and she reached over, unplugged it, and it didn't.
Did spread.
Got IT down there, and
Yeah.
it didn't. But she was quick enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if it's underneath your desk,
That's all scary
you
stuff.
probably.
Yeah, if it's not easy to get to that cable, you got a problem.
Yeah, scissors, whatever it takes, cut it. I mean, it's kind
Well,
of spooky.
I shouldn't even say this, but this stuff's so far over my head, I just have to take you guys' word.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry, I just don't
I'm in the
understand
same
it.
boat.
it gets deep in a hurry.
Yeah, and we want the best protection for the county
Yeah. I
for the
agree.
least amount of money.
Because if you don't have it,
It's gonna.
Well, then there's egg on
Easy.
your face, you know.
well, that and not to go back and try to fix, repair, retrieve
Buy new.
is going to be a
Yeah.
Now, nobody wants to do that. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm kind of in favor of
I kind of agree with Roger. I know nothing about it, but the important thing is to have the confidence in your help that they know what they're doing.
well, and that's it. Is training's a huge part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
unhooking the cable is the safest thing you can do. If you're in doubt and you do something, unhook your network. I mean, that's the first thing you do. And there's been some
and
training.
So
on
what you're
that.
saying is on my phone, if I'm on, let's say my home Wi-Fi, and I accidentally open something that I say, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. If I go turn the Wi-Fi off, is that what you're talking about?
That's helpful.
Yeah, on your phone it's more difficult because you can't just pull a cable out of it like
Right.
you can a computer because you're connected
Right.
to the cellular as well as your home Wi-Fi.
Well, I just use
If
an
you throw it
iPad
on
now
the floor
too.
and stomp on
You
it.
can do that exactly.
Hammer works a lot. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I can't remember what it was that one day I opened up something and it looked funny and I reached over and pulled.
Yeah.
And I called him down and it turned out to be
Yeah,
nothing.
it wasn't anything, but it did look funny.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that was, but yeah, it's just a scary world.
Well, Eric and Scott, we're going to kind of put this in your hands, whatever direction you'd like to go and whatever you think is the best protection for us.
Okay.
I'm in
On
favor
that
of,
part of it, we better.
Well, we need a number to vote,
yeah,
to make a motion on, or
It depends. For you guys, I think reach protection, that's our baseline. We'd really like to have everybody at the advanced, but it is double the money. So we understand that aspect of it. So, I mean, the big things you're getting, well, like I said, with that is that advanced guarantee on the AV. You get actual training for your end users instead of us telling them
but
stuff.
you don't get the training with the other.
With the
Right.
base package, you're not going to get the training.
Or
You're going to get the protection on the back end, but we're not going to help train the users any in the base package. In the advanced one, you can get that training for the users as well as all the back end support and that password management tool.
Well, the training is only going to be good for those that actually use it or take it.
Yep.
and we'll be able to see who's not and who is.
Yep.
I mean,
And so, yeah, if you want the policy that everybody's going to have to take something at least quarterly or monthly,
Well,
you know, you can set that in there.
That's
and-
kind of where I was heading. I think
Yeah.
that'd be a good idea.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that can be set as a
'Cause,
policy.
I mean, there's people in this building that just know email and the programs that they use. That's all they know.
Right.
And those are the dangerous people.
And they
Yeah.
take that online?
Yeah.
Yep.
They have to go out.
No,
No,
all
it's
online.
internal.
Yep.